Thanks so much for watching United Insurance's Line and Length. Now, due to some video restrictions of the IPL online, we are not able to show you some clips or indeed any extracts relating to the IPL where the video is concerned. We will discuss the program, we will talk to Dwayne Bravo, and we'll also look at some aspects of the Pepsi IPL, but we wouldn't be able to see any video of the competition online. However, enjoy the discussion and the interview, and thanks so much for watching. Hello, it's the weekend. Welcome to United Insurance's Line and Length. It's a cricket program where we look at the sport not only regionally but internationally as well. I'm Barry Wilkinson. With me, my co-host Andrew Seeley. On today's program, we go to talk to Dwayne Bravo, live from London, as he's there on rehabilitation for a shoulder injury that has him out of cricket for 4 to 6 weeks.
Certainly very disappointing for Bravo to miss the IPL. Game 1 for him and the Chennai Super Kings, and no more Bravo. And already we are seeing they're missing Dwayne Bravo.
They are missing the bowling of Dwayne Bravo. An opportunity, though, it represents for someone like Dwayne Smith to perhaps get some more bowling in.
Well, certainly he's done very well at the top of the order and proven that the Mumbai Indians probably made a mistake in not keeping him, because he's doing very well, and the Super Kings are looking pretty good, and yes, Smith is bowling.
Yes, and the Mumbai Indians are obviously regretting the mistake of not keeping Glenn Maxwell or playing him much more as well, because he's doing superbly. We're going to look at how well he has been progressing at the Pepsi IPL. Also in today's show, we look ahead to the finals of the Headley Weeks Trophy. It's Jamaica and the Windwards. Jamaica a very narrow win against Barbados, and the Windwards a more convincing victory against Trinidad and Tobago. This is United Insurance's Line and Length. When we come back on the show, we go live to London and talk to Dwayne Bravo.
When you are insured with United Insurance, you know you're in safe hands, because our AM Best Excellent rating means that we have the financial strength and stability to protect your prized possessions. Rely on the company that understands your needs for property, motor, business, and marine insurance. For all your general insurance needs, choose United Insurance.
Welcome back to United Insurance's Line and Length here on Sportsmax and Scene TV. As promised, we're going to go to London and speak with Dwayne Bravo. Of course, we spoke about the injury he sustained earlier, and now we're going to go and check with him and see how things are going. First of all, Dwayne, welcome to the program again. And how are things going? You are in London getting some rehabilitation.
Yeah, thanks. To be honest, things have been going good. A lot of positive signs. 2 very good days of a rehab program here in London. I think I'm going to extend my stay, actually. I was booked to go back home on Sunday, but discussing with my management team and the doctors, I think it's it's best that I stay an extra week and try to push myself a bit more. There's a lot of positive signs. Like I said, I'm able to move my arm again. Coming from Dubai, I was in a lot of pain and was not sure whether, I'll be able to actually do the things I'm doing now. So it's good, some good positive feedback, and I'm just looking forward to, getting back on the cricket field again.
Now, Dwayne, let's rewind a little bit. Let's look at the injury. You were in the field quite early in the innings. You were diving at a ball. What really happened?
I was feeling on the sweeper on the outside, but Maxwell obviously played the reverse sweep very well. So Dhoni had me more way behind than normal sweeper. Maxwell reverse sweep, and a couple yards away from me, I ran and tried to take one of my usual spectacular catches, but unfortunately it was too far. And I felt bad. I landed on my shoulder, on my left side, and dislocate I would say dislocate my shoulder, my collarbone or anything like that. But at first I felt that my collarbone was broken, but scanner showed that it's still intact, and there's just some ligament bruises, and You know, the doctors here in London here are really looking after me, and I'm feeling good.
Quite earlier in that same game, you also fell on your shoulder. Do you feel that sometimes you put your body a bit too much on the line, Dwayne?
Yeah, well, after the injury, I got a couple emails that, you know, from fans and obviously people who've been following Dwayne Bravo since he started playing. They understand and they know that the type of person I am. I'm an instinctive type player. I give 100% at all times, regardless of what kind of cricket I play. So it's very difficult for me to be on a cricket field and you know, not give 100% or try to hide myself where the ball don't actually come. So it's it comes a time where I have to understand and accept the fact that obviously I'm getting on the older side now, and I have to you know, be a bit more careful. But at the same time, you know, like I said, it's very difficult to be on a cricket field and not give that 100%. But I think it just have to be a little more smarter now in order for me to last longer, for my fans to see me playing the game longer as much as possible. Obviously, missing cricket games is always sad, and you know, to be bedridden and cricket is going on is very heartbreaking for me.
Dwayne, tell me exactly what your rehabilitation involves. So what, on a day-to-day basis, what are you doing with that rehabilitation? What's happening?
Well, my program start from 10 to 12. I have physio session where I do a lot of ultrasound, TheraBand exercises, stretching my arms, and from 3 to 5 p.m. I do a lot of pool therapy. So it's a full day program, and like I said, today was the first day that I had it full on, and I really feel good within myself. And you never know. There's good hopes that as long as if Chennai make it in the top 4, there might be a slight possibility that I can actually go back and play. But at the moment, my focus is to just get back fitter, get stronger. There's a lot of cricket to play, not only IPL, but there's a test series against New Zealand where my eyes are really closely to that. I definitely want to be back involved in test cricket again. And obviously there's a CPL also, Bangladesh series. So there's a lot of cricket to be played for the rest of the year. So I just want to use this opportunity to, you know, as much as I want to get rest and play cricket, but try and get fit as much as possible.
It's interesting to hear you mention that there's a test series against New Zealand. You have not played test cricket in quite a while. What is the kind of hunger you have inside of your belly to get back and play test cricket?
Yeah, the hunger is always there. I think it's going on 4 years now. For those who don't know, that I have not played a test match since the last test match I played was in 2010 in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm very disappointed that I was not able to make the test squad within all those time. And I think you know, the little time that I play test cricket, I think I've done good enough to still at least be a part of West Indies test setup. But I think that is something you know, disappointments comes with what I do. And you know, this year has been going good so far, so I think the performances that I put in this year definitely might give me a chance again to get an opportunity once again. And if given the opportunity to play test cricket again, I just want to try and give my best and contribute as much as possible.
Have you spoken to the selectors about your non-inclusion in the test team for the last 4 years? And if you have, what kind of dialogue have you guys exchanged?
Well, from the selectors all to the coach as well, every day I see them, I abuse them. I keep asking, you know, what it is I have to do again to play test cricket, or why I have not been selected. But obviously, you know, they can't really give a proper answer, so it's just always finish off with a small laugh and nothing really serious come out of it. But like I said, I must stress my disappointment of not playing test cricket for the last 4 years, and I think you know, it's definitely something that the selectors or the coach or whoever, I think they get it wrong, to be honest. But there's nothing I can do about it, but more than just continue and try and play my game, show my hunger, my desire to continue to play test cricket, and hopefully get the opportunity again. And once I get it again, definitely there will be no leaving out for me again.
In the last 6 to 8 months, the West Indies have not done well at all in Test cricket, losing to India, losing to New Zealand, who they play again. Why do you think that has happened, and how do you see the series with New Zealand coming up?
Yeah, the series against New Zealand is a very important one for us. I think playing at home, the last time we played at home, I think we beat New Zealand also. So, you know, the two away testers, both India and New Zealand, was very difficult for the guys. You know, losing test matches within 3 days is something that, you know, no test nation will really like to see. And as a player who a West Indian player, to see that happening, and knowing that I'm not able to actually contribute or be a part of it, it's really disheartening. But from the team is a very difficult team to beat at home. Once the right team is selected, though, I think that's going to be the key. If we get the combination right and the right players are selected, I can't see New Zealand actually beating us at home. But we just have to wait and see what's going to be the squad, and then take it from there.
I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but when you said that the right players, who do you think should be in that team that they're not picking at the moment?
Well, we playing at home, so slow conditions. I will expect two spinners should be playing at all times. So whether it be Shane Shillingford and Suleiman Ben, or Shane Shillingford and Sunil Narang, or Suleiman Ben and Sunil Narang, I would like to see two spinners play.
Yeah.
The fast bowling department going to take care of itself. The batting going to take care of itself. But definitely have two of our top quality spinners to actually play. I mean, the test matches are played in Jamaica, Trinidad, and maybe Guyana. Not too sure. But we know the Kiwi batsmen also, they will not fancy the good quality spinners that we have in the Caribbean. So it's important, like I said, once we get the combination right, the right players are selected, definitely we're going to do well. And not only in that series, but in series to come.
And I can't end the interview without asking you about your brother Darren. He has gone off the ball somewhat since that double century against New Zealand. He's only scored 3 half centuries in the entire first class season this year. Have you been talking to him, and what do you think seems to be the problem that he's fallen in his form so badly?
Yeah, I think we all know he's one of our most talented batsmen. He's been going through a lean period lately. Both obviously on the mental aspect of it, he had some problems back home within his family and stuff with his personal life. But you know, the good sign is that he actually playing the game again. But I think it's time gonna come where he's gonna get back his normal self. He just need to get over that phase of you know, getting back to enjoy the cricket again, enjoy the game, get his mind back, get back some positive energy running through his body, and he's going to be fine. And like I said, he's a good enough player to, you know, come out of it. He just needs support from obviously myself, who's going to be talking to him, the right people that he really believes in, to keep giving him that encouragement and that positive energy that he needed. He's down at the moment, but I know definitely he's not out, because like I said, he's one of our better players in the region, and he's going to come well. And you know, we just keep supporting him. It's hard times, but we all go through this as players, whether it is, you know, we go through this with family problems, girlfriend problems, injury problems. At some point in time, we all go through it. So it's nothing new, and he's not the first, but definitely he's going to come out of it.
Well, Dwayne, look, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know you're going back to some rehabilitation now. I want to thank you so much. We look forward again to seeing you on United Insurance's Line and Length, and more importantly for your fans, back out onto the field.
Yeah, definitely. They will see me back in action soon, and to all my fans, I love them, and I'll be there.
When you are insured with United Insurance, you know what it feels like to feel this safe. Choose the financially strong regional insurance company with the strength and stability to protect your prized possessions. For property, motor, business, and marine insurance, you're in safe hands with United Insurance.
Back on the show. So great to hear from Dwayne Bravo. And while we're on the subject of IPL, we're going to look at some of the performances of the West Indian players of the IPL and some outstanding things that have happened over the last week in the competition. When you're talking about the IPL, you're talking about the West Indians of the IPL. Two names come to mind right away. Dwayne Smith, Sunil Narine. Let's start first of all with Dwayne Smith. Many people have said he's not an offside player. But in the game we saw when he was batting so beautifully against Faulkner, he looked to me...
His favorite
bowler
at the moment.
Or the West Indies' favorite bowler. Yeah. He looked to me a really good player and someone who seems to be working a lot on his offside game.
Well, certainly, there's been so much discussion about Dwayne Smith, and we continue to talk about him. He's changed his style, moved into the role of an opener with the Mumbai Indians, now come in 2014 on the IPL, an offside player indeed, and he certainly put paid to the idea that Faulkner was a big match winner.
He has done that, and he has done that successfully. What strikes me about his cricket at the moment is the fact that he seems to want to be consistent and he wants to do well.
Well, certainly, I think he recognizes now that having been given the opportunity at the top of the order, which means that in theory he could bat for all 20 overs. It means that he's adjusted his game, and what we're seeing now is a Dwayne Smith willing to bat for between 6 and 8 overs and give it all he's got. And he's an asset to the team because he's an outstanding fielder. He's always one of the players in the main fielding positions, and now with the absence of unfortunate absence of Bravo, it means that he's been called upon to bowl a couple of overs as well.
You look at his batting. Do you subscribe to the view that he's only a leg side player?
No, of course not. We saw in the action that he is not. And James Faulkner, if we could had the opportunity to interview him, would probably tell you no, he's definitely not just not a leg side player.
All right, let's talk about Sunil Narine. This man is perhaps the most sought after bowler in T20 cricket. You look at how Sunil Narine has delivered so far, has picked up about I think 7 wickets already, a 4-wicket haul, 2 here and a 1 here. Sunil Narine, people do think has become, well, the Writers have become a bit too reliant on Sunil Narine. Do you agree with that, Andrew?
But given the fact that no bowler is allowed more than 4 overs, the over-reliance on Narine could create a problem. But when you have a bowler who is so effective, it's difficult not to rely on him. And that's what we're seeing from the KKR. They are relying on Narine because they know when you give the ball to Narine, there's an opportunity for at least 1 or 2 wickets. And in T20 cricket, 1 or 2 wickets changes an entire game.
So those are the two that have stood out from the West Indian wise. We have not seen the best of Darren Sammy as yet. Of course, he was due to play yesterday before we record the show. So we're not quite sure, perhaps in his first 3 games we can speak to, that he has not fired. But we know that Darren Sammy has it within himself to come much better. Surprised that Samuel Badri is not getting the play for the Chennai Super Kings. A bit disappointed.
It's difficult. Only 4 international players allowed on each team. Deliberate decision by the Indian Premier League. And clearly, Badri, I would have always expected that he would be the fringe player, the 5th player, much like Kevin Cooper. Andre Russell, probably the 7th or 8th player.
Yeah.
But certainly, it's difficult for Badri to get in. But hopefully, obviously, we would want to imagine that he would get in. But when we're talking about players who are delivering, let's talk about a guy called Glenn Maxwell.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't he special?
Glenn Maxwell looks like the kind of cricketer that comes around to IPL season and makes a name for himself. He made a name for himself against the West Indies when he took apart Kemar Roach. Went to play for the Mumbai Indians for the price of $1 million. Only played 5 matches in a whole season and had a couple of special innings when he did play.
But again, the problem with being able to play only 4 international players, and obviously if he had played, or Dwayne Smith might have been left out, because we had Smith, we had Pollard. So there's always a difficulty in getting those 4 players correct. But certainly, Glenn Maxwell is definitely #1 on the list right now.
2 95s he's had in the competition.
We're talking T20 cricket.
T20 cricket. Reverse sweeps. He's been inventive. He's been a match winner. He has put the Kings 11 Punjab as the team to beat in the tournament as it started.
Because when we started the discussion about teams in the IPL, the Kings 11 Punjab was in the bottom 4.
They were the bottom 4.
Not in the top 4, but certainly what has happened now is that they have eclipsed the Mumbai Indians, who are obviously now within the bottom 4, and the Kings 11 Punjab are all of a sudden a big team.
Yes, we haven't seen Chris Gayle yet. Unfortunately, Chris Gayle still injured. Was supposed to play on Thursday. That did not materialize. Will he play this week? We wait to see. The catch of the week, Chris Lynn. Chris Lynn of the Kolkata Knight Riders, the young 24 Australian. He literally snatched the match away from the RCB when they played against Kolkata on Thursday. Let's look at that sensational catch. It was the catch that won the match, and it was a catch that many will remember for years to come.
We can watch it over and over as you're seeing it now. Watch it over and over. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, but true.
But true, A.B. de Villiers still doesn't believe it.
A.B. de Villiers, they actually were stunned by what Chris Lynn did.
6 runs required off 3 balls. De Villiers decides, I'm not taking it to the end. I'm going to hit a 6 now and win with 2 balls to spare. He didn't bargain for a guy called Chris Lynn.
Chris Lynn, very special, the young Aussie, and he has done really good so far for the KKR. Won the man of the match, of course, because he also scored 45 from 31 balls when they were struggling somewhat. So the Pepsi IPL going well, the West Indian players, Narayan and Smith, doing good, but we want to see some of the other players getting a chance to break out. Unfortunately, like we heard earlier, Dwayne Bravo not playing. He wants to come back, but that is unlikely. However, when we come back on the show, we're going to just look quickly at the semi-finals, how they went for Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago and the Windwards, and we look ahead to the Headley Week's final, which will of course bring together the Women Islands against the Jamaicans.
When you are insured with United Insurance, you know you're in safe hands because our AM Best Excellent rating means that we have the financial strength and stability to protect your prized possessions. Rely on the company that understands your needs for property, motor, business, and marine insurance. For all your general insurance needs, choose United Insurance.
We're back for the last lap of the program, a chance to look at what's happening in the region. The Jamaicans with a very narrow win against Barbados, and they made it through to the finals for the Headley Week's trophy. And then the Windwards comprehensively beating Trinidad and Tobago, whose cricket seemingly has gone off the ball, especially in the 4-day version. Jamaica and the Windwards, how do you view this final being played at the Boothers in St. Lucia?
Well, it's the 3rd and 4th place team in the competition getting through. Most unusual, but I mean, we won't have that discussion because we have the President's Trophy, then the Headley Week's Trophy. I honestly don't know what's going on. But anyhow, Jamaica versus Windwards, potentially an exciting final. We're still not sure if Shane Shillingford will be back. The Windwards played an attack on Queen's Park Oval pitch with 4 fast bowlers and beat Trinidad by 200 plus runs. There's something wrong, something mystifying about that kind of effort. But because when I realized that the Windwards actually played 4 pacers, one of which, Mervyn Matthew, who would probably have been left out if Shillingford was playing, took 7 wickets and bowled out Trinidad for just over 100. And the president of the Trinidad board, Azim Bazaraf, says he wants some answers.
Yeah.
He says he's having a meeting with Dinesh Ramdin and Riyad Emrit, and he praised Emrit for his captaincy, stayed silent on Ramdin, and he wants some answers as to what went wrong. You know, that's unbelievable.
There was a game, semi-finals to not remember, because Barbados came back and Jamaica, with only 167 runs to win, almost lost the match, being 123 for 4 at one stage, and they almost were beaten.
106 for 2.
Yeah.
106 for 2.
It was sad.
Needing 60 runs. And we were speaking earlier, even Tony Cozier was on, and he was excited about the prospect of all the runs that were being scored during the regional 4-day, and then we come to the semi-finals and the top 4 teams can't put together a big score. So
the Jamaicans and the Windwards playing for the Headley Weeks after Barbados.
I think Windwards have an excellent chance.
They do. I think they have a very good chance to win. Marlon Samuels was injured in the Barbados match. Wait to see if he's fully fit for the final. The big news in world cricket last week has been about, well, Paul Farbrace. He was the Sri Lankan coach for 3 months, and he's just vacated the post to be the assistant coach to Peter Moores back in England. Sri Lanka are very upset, but I think that Moores called that shot.
And they're without a coach.
Yeah,
I think Peter Moores says that he's back and there's no chance of Peterson coming back. So Peterson can't get him fired this time. But Moores is back, and the ECB have said this is the man that we want. So poor Ashley Giles, having come to the Caribbean and the T20 World Cup and losing all the games, so he's out and gone. Now we have Peter Moores and Paul Farbrace. He's left Sri Lanka high and dry. There's no Sangakkara O'Hara, no Jar Warden, and now no Fabrice.
Yes, and if you
and a tour to England, and a tour to England coming up in June.
And if you are also following, they also released Chandimal,
who dropped himself because it's almost unprecedented. Sri Lanka qualified for the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup. Chandimal dropped himself. They then qualified for the finals, and he remained dropped. So now we have Malinga as the captain. It's lots of excitement in Sri Lankan cricket, isn't
there? Yeah, it was a very weird coincidence. He was suspended because of the overrate situation.
Right. Yeah, initially,
they did well with Malinga. He said, "Look, I'm not going to play," and they actually made it to the final. He never got back in the team, and he doesn't seem like if he's going to get back in.
He's a goner.
Yeah, he's a goner. So
Malinga is the man.
Malinga is the man. Great things happening in terms of how the excitement is going in international cricket, and we're going to have all the action to continue for you here on United Insurance's Line and Length. We're out of time. That's it for this week's program. I want to thank Dwayne Bravo for joining us. Next week we have another wrap on a week on the IPL, and we'll continue to monitor what's happening. Bye bye for now.